There's 10 steps in front of you, each one leading deeper and deeper into relaxation. As you move down each step, feel yourself becoming more at ease and more at rest. With each step, let go of all the pressures, all the weight of overwhelm, releasing any tension in your mind and body. Step 10, feeling calm. Step 9, releasing any tension.
Welcome to the 6th episode of the Grip Lab podcast. That was Miss Kathryn at Live Infinitely Holistic. This episode, we will dive into the world of holistic healing, so stick around to the end for a taste of what Live Infinitely Holistic has to offer. We do recommend being in a safe setting during this episode due to the nature of some of the topics that Kathryn exercises, including hypnosis. Well, how are you doing today?
Good. How are you?
No complaints that you want to hear.
Okay. I hear complaints all the time. That's part of my job, so it's fine.
When you talk about people coming to you for complaints and issues, how do you handle that individually as a person, taking everybody's weight, everybody's trash, everybody's complaints and issues?
It doesn't bother me, I guess. Like I guess because of my work, I learned to just kind of filter it. I think of it myself as being more of a filter than anything. So I let people share, I do the healings on them, and then it doesn't affect me, my energy, I guess. Like I find a way to like diffuse it. Grounding helps. Releasing energy helps. So like it doesn't tend to bother me unless people are very demanding. That does affect my energy when I feel like that, like bombardment. But other than that, it just comes and goes, and I just let go of it. It's easy.
I heard something one time from a male's perspective. When an issue arises, it kind of brings, whether it's outside of your circle, it becomes, when someone brings that problem to you, you try to fix it because it's now within your circle. I really try, and when those problems arise, to say, hey, this isn't your problem. You need to put it outside of your circle. Maybe you need to just be a shoulder to lean on.
Just listen. Sometimes people just want you to, like, especially females, they just want you to listen. They don't really expect you to solve their problems. But yeah, I like listening, so it works for me. But I like to help too, so it just, I don't know, doesn't affect my energy as much. I guess I'm used to it, I suppose.
Do you mind elaborating on your background? You have a very diverse background in psychology and various healing modalities. Can you elaborate on that and how that informs your integrative healing practices?
Sure. I have a master's degree in educational psychology, so I have a background in education. Actually, I'm a teacher. Like during the day, it's my day job. Yeah, I work with little kids, so like I guess I'm used to dealing with their problems all day too. So it's just that's different. When I do my holistic healing, it feels different than children's problems all day long, and that's a lot. But anyway, so a little bit about that. So I have a background in psychology. I have a master's degree. Went to school to learn psychology stuff, like a lot of understanding of like how people grow up, how their lifestyle affects their life and their upbringing, like socioeconomic status, parents, attachment styles, and things like that. So that I bring all that information into my session, and then I have my healing modalities. So one of the things about my background is that I had to go through my own healing journey, and I went to school to heal myself in essence actually like a real school that teaches it. She has a PhD in psychology. Was a psychologist. So she went to spirituality side, and I was like, during COVID, I was like, I really need to do some work on myself, like things were crazy. And I was like, I got to go deeper. Like I got to figure out like what's Kathryn supposed to be doing with her life. This isn't it. So the whole purpose of the program was to really heal myself. And that was like, what? Like, I just kind of was interested in learning it, but it helped me a lot to like practice on myself, have other people practice on me, the different healing modalities, sharing all the things like I expect people to share with me, like I was sharing with other people and opening up and doing that healing process. So I learned how to do the modalities during that time, and how to pick and choose like what works for me, because there's a lot of different techniques. And so I picked the ones that were my favorite and integrated them into my own style. So now I just use a lot of my intuition, the downloads I get. So I get a lot of downloads about people all the time, like especially when I'm on a call. And so I use that to like really help me direct the flow of the session.
So how different on a daily basis you work with younger folks? Um, how different and similar are the issues that you see when it comes to the younger ones dealing with their problems versus the folks that are older in age that are seeking help? How does that differ? How is that similar?
Oh, it's a really good question. I think that with the younger generation, it's more immediately solved. The issues that come up, they're very immediate. I can like pretty much take care of that because they don't have all that years and years of trauma or issues that come up for them. So I can pretty much, I see them and I see like who they are and like what they want from me. Like I get that like pretty clear, like what their needs are. And I understand like it's easy for me to like sometimes to be that like very kind, caring, nurturing person that I normally am. But sometimes it's hard too because I have a lot of other requirements and constraints on my time.
Mm-hmm.
But with an adult, it's different because I pick up on all those things from childhood too. And there's a lot of layers, like more and more layers the older we get. But they take more time, I guess, to heal and to uncover because there's so much, stacked upon stack in their life. So it just takes more time, I guess. But I understand both. One is more immediate and one's harder for me to do because I can't give that full attention that I want to give to it with the younger generation, I guess.
How is that workload this day and age in the education sector? Is it overwhelming with the student?
Yeah, it's a lot. Yeah. And I work at a district that's like very high expectations. Kids are low performing, but high expectations. So it's a lot of stress on teachers, I would say, and expectations, a lot of just things. I mean, I have my own issues. I'm a person, like I got my own stuff. Like get stressed and overwhelmed, and I feel a lot of pulled in different directions and overwhelmed and overworked and underpaid all those things that teachers feel like it's even worse I think now than it has been. And then not to get too political, but like with all the changes going on politically, like that's another layer coming on top of it with the kids and their stress in their life and like what's going to happen in their future.
Yes, ma'am. It's a little upsetting.
Yeah, it's upsetting. I think that it would be good to have a nice free form in general, just from my standpoint. Things need to change. But I mean, there's like a lot of teachers that don't want to be there, that want to exit, and that don't, feel like they're being valued and treated well. And then the kids have a lot of stress on them too, which I hate. But, kind of that trickle down effect, they expect so much from us and they want us, the scores have to be a certain level. And if they're not there, then, that's tough on kids. It's tough on teachers and parents. So, just not a good I think overall. Yeah.
What inspired you to learn how to be a healer and to practice different healing modalities outside of what you initially wanted to learn more about during COVID?
Yeah. I think that just for me, like I always had an interest in spirituality. Like I always have interesting experiences that I've had earlier in my life. And it just kind of fueled me to want to, like I said, go a little bit deeper and find out more. And then I started rooted in who I am until I did the training. So just always an interest, always curious, always into like weird stuff, but I didn't really know, that ability was there. So I think everyone has abilities though, but it's just I got training to do a little bit extra. So yeah.
When people come to you, the typical issues that you're dealing with on a daily basis.
Normally it's things like depression, anxiety, people feeling stuck in their life. I get a lot of that, like a lot of I don't know what to do. I'm stuck, or they have relationship issues with like spouse, parents is like a huge one. It's normally all back to the family and the early childhood family. And so it's normally things like that are illnesses, like when people have like sciatica, or they have different type of skin disorders, things like that, or physical ailments. So like from the belief system that I was taught and everything, it's like it all is from stemming from like your experiences. So it's like all from like like your familyhood, your emotional state, your social state, how you process things, like they all manifest in our lives in different ways. So it's normally like a physical ailment, pain, trouble sleeping at night. I get a lot of that too. Like I can't sleep at night, like I'm restless or I'm depressed or I don't sleep well. So that's a huge one, is people are under so much stress and trauma. I think that they haven't recovered from that. At night, like they just have trouble having a quiet mind at that point.
I feel that on a personal level. Tough time sleeping. You're
Yeah.
hard to turn off your mind after a long, busy day.
Hmm. Yeah.
Can Reiki or hypnosis help individuals connect with their subconscious mind?
I think that really, for me, hypnosis is really better for your subconscious mind because we're going to get you in more of a we would get someone in a trance-like state. Once you're in that, you're more open to suggestion, reprogramming your mind. Reiki is more of, in my mind, I think of it more as like an energetic healing. So, I can tap into someone's energy. People love Reiki. That's like the thing. Like I'm on TikTok and people are like cray cray about it, which is fine. But I do think that, in my opinion, I think there's certain limitations to it because I think you have to be open to all, in my opinion, all the modalities because it all serve a different purpose. Like Reiki's more energetic for like the body, I think. It can go into the spirit too, but the mind, in my opinion, is more touched by hypnosis than anything,
Gotcha.
in the fields, I would say.
So hypnosis, I think, is um, people are pretty understanding about what hypnosis is. In a few words, how can you best describe Reiki for somebody that's unfamiliar?
Okay. And a few words, I would just say it would be an energetic healing modality where you have to consent to let somebody tap into your energy. And it can work for, yeah, you have to consent. Like I don't do Reiki on people just to do it. Like you have to have that permission because you don't ever want to cross those boundaries of tapping into somebody without their permission. So yeah, I would say that's really what it is. It's an energetic healing that can help with relaxation, sleep, depression, anxiety, physical ailments. I know that was more than a couple words, but you don't ever want to be a healer and do something with someone without their permission. That's why when someone says, "Can you heal someone for me?" Well, no, because I have to talk to that person. There's like a kind of an ethical boundary that comes into play too.
Mark down on your calendars April 27th, 11 a.m. We will have a yoga and brunch flow courtesy of Mr. Casey John Fry. Details can be found in the link below, or check us out on the Grip Studio app in the Events tab.
Can you describe a particularly impactful experience you've had while guiding someone through a hypnosis journey or Reiki session?
Sure. I'm going to say, I'll do this one. This one is more of a, for hypnosis. I was working with a client and a lot of times people tell me things, they open up and sometimes they don't, and that's fine because I don't need to know everything really. I'm not like trying to uncover things that people don't want to share, but there is a certain level of, I guess, transparency that you share whenever you're working with somebody. And if they don't share, that's fine. But just to kind of mention, I was doing a hypnosis session with a client, and it was about something early in her childhood that she had experienced. And she didn't tell me about exactly what it was, which was, like I said, no problem. But I did a healing for her about that situation because she was a young girl. And so I provided, I guess I was like a safety net during the session where she felt very comfortable and she felt like she was, I guess, being guided into reframing the experience using hypnosis. I reframed it for her. So it wasn't as impactful of a trauma that she had experienced. So, anyways, she was able to change her perspective about that experience. And it didn't have as much weight and heaviness as it had in her life. And then she'd always had a distance from a relative that was there. So after the session, she was like, it's been like 40 years since this has happened. And like all this time, like I've had this division between me and my sibling. But now that after we did the session, like I didn't feel that division anymore. Like I felt like there was more of a closeness than had existed before. So like it really brought like a lot of closure to her. And so she was able to like open up more to her sibling and have more closeness where before she always felt like awkward or divided because the situation that they experienced together, if that makes sense.
So, do you think through that hypnosis session that it had changed her perspective in a sense of how she was experiencing her
Yeah.
past?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, and the reason I thought about that one first was because I'd heard her talk about it a couple of times, and so I was like, okay, that must have really been a big change for you, like after 40 years, and all of a sudden now you feel closer to your brother, like you feel healed, like you don't feel like as traumatized by that big event, and so like I think it did help her quite a bit. Yeah,
That's awesome.
yeah, thanks.
How do you individualize your healing modalities to suit each of your clients' unique needs and challenges in your one-on-one sessions?
Well, since every person's different that I work with, and they all have a different story and different, backgrounds, that really shapes the direction of the healing session. So the healing modalities that I use are guided by my own intuition. So I just use like what I come up, like whatever is the most important thing that they bring up. It's normally the first thing that comes to mind is like the very first thing I go for, because that's like the most impactful thing in their life, because otherwise they wouldn't bring it up first. So like they prioritize it for some reason, and so I just use my intuition to guide me on like, so like whenever I do my sessions, there's hypnosis, and there's like something called NLP. I don't know if you've heard of it before.
No, ma'am.
Okay. It's neuro linguistic programming,
Okay.
and so about the language that you use about your life and about who you are. Like I call it the stories that you tell yourself about your life and the person that you are. And so there's like a lot of different modalities that you can use with an NLP. And so like I'll select from normally NLP or hypnosis. People think they're getting like a Reiki session, but it's more of like an integrative healing session. They just don't know it, because normally with Reiki, it's like you're using your hands and whatever. Like if I'm doing a live, I'll use my hands for healing, but if I'm on the phone with somebody, they don't see it. Like I'm still energy healing them. It's just different. Anyway, so I just use like whatever comes up the most, and then I let my intuition guide me the rest of the way. Like what's the next best idea that I can serve this person with? It's like whatever that idea is that comes up, that pops in my head, that's like my intuition telling me like that's the best modality for them. And I just use that.
I gotcha. What inspired you to create Live Infinitely Holistic Healing YouTube channel, and what kind of content can viewers expect to find there?
Well, I was growing my YouTube channel because I thought that, that would be a really good way for me to give sessions to people, or people who can't afford a session or who just like can't sleep at night. So I was kind of looking at serving, the community and seeing what can I do to help others. I'm always looking to see like how I can help other people and serve their highest good and potential. So I did that. Normally, a lot of my content is my lives from TikTok. So like I they record the lives, and so I'll repost them on TikTok. And I have like a lot of my people from TikTok go there like at night, like if I'm not on, because I don't go on every night, and they'll watch them later. And so it'll help them with things like hypnosis is on there for like depression, anxiety, self-worth. There's stuff about self-love. There's things about like releasing limitations and blocks, negative, like I call them low level energies. And then there's a lot of Reiki on there for like, different, a lot of sleep and relaxation, honestly, is on there, because that's like what I hear a lot of times is people can't sleep. So like I do a lot of sleep hypnosis or Reiki healing. Yeah.
What are some of the key benefits of receiving an aura cleanse or a personal healing session from you?
Some of the benefits from the aura cleanse are, it's like that immediate result, like where you can get immediate healing. I guess a lot of times people have like emotional things going on, and so they need some sort of unburdening, or they have physical pain, things like that. So it really is kind of like an immediate fix that you can receive. It's like about just a couple minutes long. So like if you feel like stress, like from work or from relationships or the environment, you can get yourself some relief pretty quickly. The personal healing is a little bit deeper though, because it goes into it's a longer session, and I really, a lot of times, which is interesting, because when I first started, I used to ask people like, what do you want to work on? And people would tell me, and now I guess because I do them so often, people always say, well, just tap in and tell me whatever you see. So I'm like, okay. So like I'm like on the spot, like right there. Like normally it's on the live too. So I'm at a live like right there, like just like doing like whatever I get. So they go deeper, and they start showing me the layers of like what people need to deal with, but they're more of like on a personal issue, I would say, as opposed to an aura cleanse, which is just like maybe something like immediately that I would pick up from someone. The aura cleanse goes just like I don't know, just to a deeper level. I know I just said that, but it's just more in depth, I would say. Yeah.
How tough is it when a client maybe doesn't open up as much initially for you? What does it take to break down those barriers and to get them to open up and build that rapport?
That's a good question. I've had a lot of clients like that actually. Like some people are like very open and like will tell me everything and they're like, "Oh my gosh, I told you too much." And I'm like, "No, no, no, like the more you tell me the better. Like I want to know. I mean, everything because I think like for me, everything that people tell me has meaning. Nothing that someone shares is just like some trash or whatever. Like it's all important, in the grand scheme of things. But I have had some clients before where I feel like I'm always like I actually, so for you, Kyle, like I work with some men too. I've worked with some men, but I've mainly worked with women. And like a lot of some of the men that I've worked with have been very like resistant. And those are always harder for me to get through. Most women are more like, I don't know, just open and more sharing. But I have had some women before where I'm like, I don't feel like I really still know you. Like I'm still kind of getting to know you. And like I feel that resistance and then I tell them and then I feel like the walls start coming down more. But like with the men, it's always more of a challenge still. Like I still like I had one client that I worked with and he was having a lot of trouble sleeping. It was back on this past summer and I was just talking to him and like he was just always skirting around things, like he wouldn't really give me a lot of information. And then we were text messaging a lot, like on and on and on. And I was like, gosh, this is really taking like a lot of my time. Like I'm not really getting paid, like, for the conversation, but like I wanted to help him. And like I kept talking to him, kept texting him. And I'm like, finally, I was in a nice way. I was like, I really can't help you unless you open up to me. Like, I really can't get to what I need to do for you. And then he finally was like, okay. And then like the next time, like I talked to him, he just like unleashed everything on me. And it was interesting because then he felt so bad about it. He's like, like, me better than like 95% of the people like that I know. Like he's like, you almost know me as well as my wife knows me. And I was like, but that's okay. Like, cause I'm not going to, obviously confidentiality, I won't share anything. But he kept apologizing. And I was like, no, but I'm really happy. Like, cause after that, then he noticed the results coming in. I was like, you can't run away from your past. Like, if you want me to heal you, like, you really have to open up. But then like about a couple of weeks or a month, I texted him and he was like, I don't know if it's something you said or what happened, but like, I'm feeling so much better. Like I'm a lot happier than I've been in a long time. And so, yeah, like I talk a lot about like bringing light to those issues. Like if you keep it in the dark, like they can't receive healing. So when he opened up like the floodgates, I was like, it was a lot. Like it was a lot. Like, I mean, I can't share, but like, I think it did ended up like unburdening him because he was in his like 50s or 60s. So, yeah.
How awesome is that when someone gives you that information, hey, I haven't opened up to even my significant other this much. Like how wonderful is that to be able to kind of break down those
Yeah. Yeah, it's good. It was a lot and I understand why he didn't want to break through, but I think once he was like, gosh, like, Kathryn wants to help and she can't do anything. But I really, it's like, that's the thing is like, you really have to want the change. Like, if you don't want the change, like, it won't happen. Like, cause you won't give yourself that opportunity really.
I think that leads into that next question I was going to ask. What does it take for somebody to open up and to be vulnerable to somebody that they may not have that relationship with? Or how do they open up and have those conversations with the people that they are close with?
Yeah. A lot of people don't, they don't have those conversations, with people that they could. They bury, I call it like they stuff it down, they bury it down and they won't share. And so then it's like they notice all these manifestations of things in their life, physical ailments, problems in relationships, depression, trouble sleeping, difficulty at work. And so like because they don't deal with them, they just kind of start manifesting it. A lot of times end up being skin issues, to be honest. People have a lot of skin issues because of that.
What inspired you to start incorporating the chakra wand and other tools into your healing sessions?
Oh, that's a good question. I think just thinking about, I should show you this in a minute too. Thinking about just like how it can amplify the healing properties using like crystals and chakra wands, and how those are all really good for relaxation also, because they love tools. They love, like, I have like this feather, people love this feather, people love the chakra wand, like things that make people more relaxed, then they're more open and susceptible to receiving healing. It's like the more relaxed I can get somebody in a relaxed state, like the better I can serve them.
That's really cool.
Thanks.
So what is your zodiac sign, and how has that influenced your healing practices?
Gosh. I'm a Capricorn, so I think for me, I don't know if you know that much about zodiac or not, but no, okay, well, that's fine. I know about it. It just is like that sign is like very notorious for being like workaholic, very disciplined, which are like the traits that I hate. Like I hate that stereotype. Like I would long to be someone more like free and whatever, but like those are the traits that I have. So like I do work a lot, like on maybe not as disciplined because I have a full-time job, but I do like I'm pretty steady with like what I do, my sessions, and with promoting myself and everything. Because I do really want to be successful. So that's part of it, is like, having that drive to stick with it, even when, maybe things aren't moving that you see. So I just think it just influences me being very disciplined and working hard and being stubborn, I would say. Very stubborn. So like I won't give up on like what I really want. I'll always, try for it. So I won't surrender because
Being
I can't.
stubborn. Being
Yeah.
stubborn, I don't think is a bad thing. I don't think
No?
it's. Oh no, no, yeah, no, I don't think so.
What's your zodiac?
I think it's Virgo.
Oh, that's what my daughter is.
What?
Yeah.
Well, it's the sign I'm stuck with, right?
Yeah. You can't change it. I mean, it is what it is. Be some sort of truth to it, perhaps.
Yes, ma'am. I got one more question for you, if
Okay.
you're okay with that.
Yeah.
Do you mind telling people that are curious about Live Infinitely Holistic where they could find you?
Sure. You can find me on my YouTube channel, Live Infinitely Holistic Healing. I also have a TikTok channel. I have Instagram. I have all the things. I have a Facebook business page, things like that. So, in a link tree.
Awesome.
Yeah.
You also have a couple sessions on Grip Studio if people want to
Yes.
go.
Yes. Yes. Yes, I do. Yes. That's very exciting. Thank you.
Thank you. Grip Studio wouldn't be what it is without folks like you, so much appreciated. Truly do appreciate that.
Thank you.
Well, I really would love to, if you have the time, if we can do like a little short mini session. Okay.
If that's okay with you.
Yes, ma'am.
Anything in particular that you would want me to work on for you?
So mentally, I feel like there's times when I can feel a little overwhelmed. This day and age, I'm kind of been pulled in a lot of directions.
Okay, got it. Okay. Let's clear out. I'll clear out your energy first because I think that'll help with whatever your physical ailments are. Okay. All right, go ahead and take a few deep breaths. You can close your eyes if that's comfortable for you, or leave them open. And get you in a relaxed state. Go ahead and relax. Yeah. Go ahead and relax your forehead. Take a few deep breaths. In through the nose, out through the mouth. Okay, relax all the muscles in and around your eyes. Relax the muscles in between your eyebrows, relaxing all the way down to your jaw. You can yawn, you can unclench your jaw if it's tight. Relax all the way down your neck. Feel free to move your neck around, forwards or backwards if that feels good. Relax all the way down your shoulders, releasing any tension in and around the shoulders, all the way down your chest to your abdomen, relaxing all the way down the shoulders, the shoulder blades, all the way down to the low back. And go ahead and release any tension in the low back area, shoulder blades, and the neck. Quieting down your mind. Relax all the way down your legs, all the way down your calves, to your feet, all the way to your toes. Feeling yourself rooted and grounded in. Breathing in. New energy, new freshness, new experiences. Relax your subconscious mind all the way. Relaxing any thoughts, any feelings, any worries, any stress that need to be released. Inhale slowly and exhale gently, allowing the rhythm of your breath guide you and place you in a place of calmness and peace. As you continue to breathe, notice any tension that you might be holding in your body, perhaps in your shoulders, your arms, or even in your face. And allow that tension to melt away as you breathe in. Breathe out any stress. Each exhale, allow yourself to feel more and more relaxed. And I want you to imagine yourself at the top of a staircase. There's 10 steps in front of you, each one leading deeper and deeper into relaxation. As you move down each step, feel yourself becoming more at ease and more at rest. With each step, let go of all the pressures, all the weight of overwhelm, releasing any tension in your mind and body. Step 10, feeling calm. Step 9, releasing any tension. Step 8, feeling lighter with each breath. Step 7, allowing your thoughts to slow down. Step 6, letting go of any worries. Step 5, feeling even more relaxed. Step 4, allowing your mind to grow quieter. Step 3, feeling at peace. Step 2, calm and relaxed, ready for change, ready to allow your subconscious mind to receive new ideas, new patterns, new programs, and new forward movement in your life. Step 1, completely calm and completely relaxed. Now, as you stand at the bottom of the staircase, this calm and peaceful place, I want you to imagine yourself surrounded by a gentle, soothing light. This light represents peace, balance, and clarity. It feels warm and nurturing. It's surrounded completely, filling you with a deep sense of calm and relaxation. And as you stand in this light, take a moment to notice the feelings of overwhelm. Notice where you may be holding that pressure, that sense of being too much happening inside of you. Maybe your mind is too active, too many feelings and being stretched in different directions, or feeling compounded by expectations of others placed upon you, or expectations that you feel about yourself. Acknowledge these feelings, but know that you're safe and protected in this peaceful space. Now gently allow your feelings of overwhelm to begin to dissolve into the light, just like the mist fading away under the warmth of the sun. With each breath, the overwhelm becomes soft, lighter, and less powerful, knowing that you are in control of how much you carry, how much you take on, and that's happening in this moment. Being in the present moment and being focused, knowing that you're capable, you're strong, and you have everything that you need inside of you to navigate this moment with ease. And as you continue to relax, feel a sense of peace growing inside of you, knowing that you can handle all the things that come your way, and that you can always return to this place of peace, calmness, and balance whenever you need it. Take a few moments to bask in this calmness, being in the present moment, prioritizing your own mental health and physical health, as well as your spiritual and mental capacity. Breathe in peaceful light. Breathe deeply, feeling the tension melt away. You are in control of your thoughts, your feelings, and your experiences, allowing the overwhelm to fade and allow your mind to be clear, open, and receptive. Take a few deep breaths in through the nose, out through the mouth, through the nose, out through the mouth. We're going to go ahead and solidify and download and seal in any healing that's taken place, anything for your highest good or benefit, to help you have more clarity and focus, be more peaceful and at ease in your life moving forward from this moment. When you're ready, you can slowly bring your awareness back to the present moment, knowing that you can carry this calmness and this centered energy with you. Count from 1 to 5 with each number. Feel yourself becoming more aware, more refreshed, and more grounded. 1, feeling more present. 2, bringing the calmness and the peace that you found with you. 3, gently becoming more aware of your surroundings. 4, feeling energized and focused. 5, fully alert, awake, and feeling at ease. Take a deep breath, and when you're ready, you can open your eyes, bringing peace and clarity with you. That's it. You doing okay? Good.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, good. You're welcome. Thank you, Kyle. Hope that helps you. And thanks for letting me tap into your energy and hopefully help you have some positive changes.
Hope you enjoyed episode 6 of the Grip Lab with Miss Kathryn and Live Infinitely Holistic. To find out more about her services, download the Grip Studio app. We have a wonderful episode coming up next with the very first facility to put their services on the Grip Studio platform. Curious to know who it is? Well, you're going to have to tune in to find out.